Today I'm going to talk to you about the new LEGO Star Wars Tantive 4, or as I like to call it, the Tantive IV. It is 654 pieces and will retail for $80 on March 1st. Let's pretend you didn't notice that my background changed because I forgot to set up those things in the background and I wanted to have the new Star Wars set back there. Anyways, thank you so much to the LEGO group for sending me this set over for review. All thoughts and opinions are my own. The Tantive IV, sorry, I'll stop calling it that. The Tantive 4, part of what LEGO is now calling the LEGO Star Wars Starship collection. This is the next in line of midi scale ships. The last one was the Executive Super Star Destroyer, which released last year. Apparently did very well in sales because then they decided to make this new Starship collection. I'm excited about the future for this line because I really enjoyed the Executor Super Star Destroyer from last year. These are going to look really good on display together. Now, the set came with 10 stickers. I think that is way too many stickers for a set this tiny, but more on that later. Here is the instruction booklet. I enjoy they gave it the special treatment of like a larger set where it kind of gives you a little blurb from the LEGO Star Wars creative director, kind of ship it is and its significance in the Star Wars movies, and of course a point to the website for the 25th anniversary of LEGO Star Wars. Back real quick to the price. Like I said, it's $80 and it has 10 stickers. I think the price is a bit steep for what this build experience provided, but I cannot deny that I had a lot of fun building this and it looks really gorgeous. I was pretty skeptical at first about the shape. I thought it definitely looks a little bit too triangular, like too pointy at the bottom and then too wide at the end, but I think it worked. Our two super cute Easter eggs is super hidden and you are unable to get to it easily. Like I had to take apart some panels and then you take apart this top piece and even then you can only see the sides of them. There are 3 little micro scale characters. So we have 2 gold ones to represent C-3PO, a brown one on a white one to represent Leia, and then a blue round tile on a white stud to represent R2-D2. It's really the cutest thing to include in this set, and it's a real shame that you can't just like lift something up to see it easily. The second Easter egg, if you can tell in these bottom 2 panels, on one side you will see 4 escape pods. On the other side you will see 3 escape pods and then a singular gray stud to imply that the other escape pod has left the ship, that R2-D2 and C-3PO have escaped. I just really love cute, thoughtful details like that. Regarding the 2 Easter eggs, there's no way that you can miss them. It quite literally spells it out for you in the instruction booklet. It's notated here with this R2-D2 and in the second Easter egg with this other R2-D2 blurb. I had mixed feelings about that at first, right? I was like, that kind of defeats the purpose of like discovering an Easter egg. However, I kind of think back to when I was building the GWP gift with purchase from last year, the tiny Death Star. I really loved it, but I didn't realize that there was a tiny Darth Vader and a tiny Palpatine, I think it was, till other people were like, oh, did you see the people? And I was like, what are you talking about, people? There's no people. This thing is tiny. So I do like that idea because it's like, hey, if somebody just kind of walks into Target and then sees this 18 plus Lego set that might look really cool on a display and they don't know that much about Lego, but you know, they're able to see that and not just never know, especially since you're never going to see Leia and 3PO and R2 again hiding inside of these panels. I love the coloring throughout, really reminds me of the actual ship. It's just a real shame that these 4 parts back here are not printed, and I just don't really think that the Lego math is mathing the $100 for 1,000 pieces thing. This is 654 pieces. At best, this should be like $65, $70, especially considering we don't get any minifigures. We do, however, get this really cool printed brick of 25 years of LEGO Star Wars. I can see how they would want to have some consistency in like, hey, we didn't include any minifigures with the Super Star Destroyer, so let's not include them in the rest of them. However, they didn't bother with consistency with also naming that one part of the Starship collection. The engines in the back are a highlight for me. I had a lot of fun building them. I'll be completely honest, I had a lot more fun building this tiny version than I did with the larger version. And honestly, while we're here, because I know somebody is going to want to ask about the size difference, here is the one from 2019, 2020, I don't quite recall. And then here is the midi scale version. It's quite freaking cute. Another cool detail I like is this dish panel in the top that they use a jumper plate for. Probably my favorite part of these builds is the creative parts usage to make things look tinier. All in all, I would say throughout, even the bottom side didn't get skimped on. It looks really cool, and there's even laser turrets underneath on the front side. And finally, I think it goes without saying, especially if you are a collector and you really like to display things, there is nothing like having a good stand that's already built in with a Lego set, because then you don't have to find a display solution. The stand is actually pretty sturdy, like I do keep knocking that tile off every time I move this around. So the solution to that is that you can take this 1x2 grill piece, put it there instead, and display the brick separately, or just don't display it at all. Play stand is actually very sturdy. It's held together by 2 Technic pins, which is really great because this is actually a very back heavy build. With a few tugs, you can bring the ship off of the stand pretty easily and just display it on its own. There are the 2 Technic pieces that hold it in place, and let's take a look at the underside. You fit those 2 Technic pins into those 2 holes right there. One quick word of caution, when you do remove it from the stand, this piece tends to want to come off. However, it doesn't really affect the stability of the ship, in case you wanted to display it like this and just leave the rest of it kind of just chilling up there. Always curious to hear your thoughts in the comments. Let me know if this is something that you're wanting to pick up on day 1 or hold off on. In summary, this is a very cool little set. A great follow-up to last year's Executor Superstar Destroyer. And in general, I'm just thrilled to start seeing more ships in this scale and in this price range. Despite being, in my opinion, a tad overpriced, like, please give us printed parts or at least a minifigure in here. It is really nice to see cool LEGO Star Wars ships for under $100. Also, yay, 25 years of Star Wars LEGO! I don't know that I can recommend getting this LEGO set on day 1, but I do really love this set. I did enjoy the build process and I do highly recommend it. As always, I love a good double, triple VIP points day. If there is a cool gift with purchase, which there's probably going to be one for May the 4th. Or I'm not entirely sure which Star Wars LEGO sets get double VIP points during May the 4th weekend. I know it's usually previous releases. I don't know if it's only for like sets starting like from last year kind of thing. So who knows? But there's definitely no going wrong in getting this set. Please hit the thumbs up button if you like this video. I would greatly appreciate it. And if you like what you see, hit the subscribe button. I would love to have you here.